that country is developing country. If we talk about the data of energy consumption in India, according to analysis, per capita energy consumption in India is 150 kWh, while in USA it is 8,000. There is a vast gap in between rate of energy consumption in India and in foreign countries. Why it is so? They peoples are consuming more and more energy, and the Indian peoples are consuming very less energy. Why it happens? Because the cost of energy in that countries are very less as compared to India. India energy cost is very higher. And why the energy cost is very higher? Because the production is low. If the production will be higher, then the cost will be lower. And if the cost will be lower, then the consumption will be higher. That's why there is a vast gap in between India and other developed countries. Because India is not having that much production of energy. India is still depend to generate energy from non-renewable sources. If we depend more and more on non-renewable energy sources now, it is not the future of energy. They are not sustainable sources of energy. We have to look forward for other energy sources like hydro energy, nuclear energy, solar energy, wind energy. There are so many other renewable energy sources that can produce more and more energy at very low cost. But our government is not paying attention towards the production of energy. Still, there are so many villages in our country are not having electricity. They are in dark. This is the era of solar energy. This is the era of renewable energy. But still we are facing this problem in our country. Why it is so? Because of the illiteracy, because of the poverty, because of the low attention of government policies towards these rural areas. They are facing the problems. And overall, the country is still developing country after the long time of independence. We are in the range of developing country because of the power production. Whenever our energy production will be on higher side, then the consumption will be on higher side. I'm giving you a simple example. If we want to purchase AC, what happened? The cost of AC is not too much higher, but the running cost of AC is very higher. So we can't afford that running cost of AC. We can't purchase the AC. Okay. If the cost of electricity will be very low, very cheap, then everybody can afford the AC because the running cost will be very low. Then we will go for various appliances, various items of luxury. The lifestyle will be moved towards the luxury or towards the comfortable zone. In metros, we are, but in rural areas, there is a vast difference of energy consumption in rural areas and in metros. India is surviving in rural areas. इंडिया जीता ही गांव में है. But if we talking about the energy consumption in villages, it is 50 times lower as compared to the urban areas. Why it is so? Because of the cost. हमारी एग्रीकल्चर की जो नीड है पावर की वो भी पूरी नहीं हो पाती है. तो हाउ वी कैन से वी विल बी द डेवलप्ड कंट्री इन फ्यूचर. First of all, we have to totally depend on power sector, generation sector. We have to independent. We have lot of energy sources to supply sufficient amount of energy to the rural sources to get the independent of agriculture. जब तक हमारी कृषि को पूरी रूप से ऊर्जा का सप्लाई नहीं मिलता हम इंडिपेंडेंट हो ही नहीं सकते पावर के फील्ड में. क्योंकि असली पावर इंडिया की तो गांव में है जहां हमको 24 घंटे बिजली सप्लाई देनी है. बट वी कांट. हमारे किसान रातों में पंप चलाते हैं. क्यों? क्योंकि दिन में पावर नहीं होता है. इज अ फ्यूचर ऑफ इंडिया? नो. The energy crisis should be solved very soon. That will be the future of India. जब हम पावर जनरेशन के फील्ड में बहुत रिच हो जाएंगे then we can say we will be developed country. And in India it is very tough. 40% of power generation is only through the non-renewable sources. If we go for solar energy now, it is a future of India. Hydro energy, this is the future of India because these are sources of non-renewable, the sources are renewable as well as these are the cheap sources. These sources are available abundantly. These sources are sustainable sources. So we have to go through by these sources for power generation. This is the fact. India have to develop only when we will be independent, we have sufficient power generation sources. That's why RGPV wants that the students, those who are going through with this syllabus, should understand what is the importance of energy in their life, how we can generate, how we can consume, how we can distribute all over the country. There is no uniformity. So the remaining part I will continue in my next lecture. Thank you very much.